Hi everybody, welcome to week 3 of hip focus yoga. This week focusing on a kind of a slower practice maybe than we've done on week 1 and week 2. And the focus is on strengthening and lengthening the muscles around your hips, knees, just to be able to feel a little bit more open in that area. We're going to start in a corpse pose, which is laying down on the mat. Heels are mat width distance, arms are out and down by your sides, palms facing up. So let's go ahead and get into that position. The props that you'll need are a strap, blocks, and you can use a blanket, or if you've got a bolster, go ahead and grab that. So you can use either the blanket or a bolster. So we'll start off laying down. Heels are spread out to be mat width distance. And we'll just lay down, arms down by your sides. And then take a full breath in. And a full breath out through your nose. Begin to just slow down your body, slow down your breath. Nice full breath in and a full breath out, and just continue that breathing for a while. Just letting your body be supported by the mat, by the floor. And then begin to scan your body, starting at your heels, all the way up your legs. Notice any areas that may feel tight or tender. Going up your back, your arms and shoulders, and neck and head. Make any adjustments on the mat that you need to, in order to feel a little bit more comfortable on that mat. And then any area that does feel tight or tense or sore, on your next inhale, breathe into that area. Nice full breath in, opening up that area. And then a full breath out, releasing any tension there, softening that area, feeling that let go. Inhale into that space. And a full breath out. Full breath in. And full breath out. We're going to slow down our breath just a little bit more. So take a full breath into a count of 4, filling up your lungs all the way. And hold on to that breath for 4 counts. And then very slowly blow that air out to 4 counts. Pause at the bottom of that exhale for 4 counts. Then inhale for 4 counts. Pause for 4. Exhale all the way. For 4. Pausing for 4. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. and pause. And then come back to your natural breathing pace. Just feel that nice ebb and flow of your air into your lungs and out. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice big hug. Rock from side to side. Make circles with your knees to massage out your lower back. Go in both directions with that circling. And then big stretch on the mat, heels pressed away from you, arms all the way back behind you. Nice big breath in. Full exhale, bending your knees in towards your chest. Nice big hug. Inhale, stretch out onto your mat. Heels pressed away from you. Exhale, knees to chest. Nice big hug. Inhale, stretch out. Nice big stretch. Exhale, knees to chest. And then roll over to one side so that you can grab your strap. We're going to take that strap, so bend both knees, place both feet onto the mat. We're going to take that strap and place that on the ball of our right foot. Your right knee is still bent. Slide your hands down the strap. Let the backs of your arms rest onto the mat. And then straighten your right leg. If your right leg is straight down here, great. I want your toes coming in toward you. So I want that leg wherever it can be in height, as long as the leg is straight. None of this. If that's the case, then lower your leg back down, straighten it out, and then find where you can bring it up. Straighten the left leg out onto the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Full breath out. And continue those nice long breaths in this pose. Just enjoying that stretch in the back of your leg. Continue to breathe. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Grabbing both straps in your right hand. Bring your left arm out to a T. Anchor the left side of your body down. Turn your right toes out to the right to externally rotate your leg inside its socket. And then drop that leg over to the right. Keep those hips nice and level. If you're finding that when you drop your right leg, your left hip comes up, bring that right leg up just a bit. Whatever's going to help to keep those hips level and to get that stretch on the inside of your thigh. Take a nice full deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. And continue nice long breaths while you're here. few more breaths. On an inhale, raise that right leg back up. Bend your knee in towards your chest. Release that strap. Set it over to the side. Rotate your foot out just a bit, making circles in one direction and then another direction. And then bring that knee over in toward your right armpit and make some circles with your leg just to get some movement into that hip. Some nice big circles in one direction and then circles in the other direction. And then place that foot down onto the mat, and this is where you can grab your blanket or bolster. You're going to set that over toward the left side of your mat. You take that right knee in your left hand, guide it over the left side of your body. Right arm comes out behind you. Let that knee rest on top of that bolster. Arms come out to a T. If you'd like, and I need to open my closet door for this to give myself some space, you can straighten that left leg out and get even more of a stretch in your hip. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And if this is too much of a stretch for you, then just bend that knee again. And that will take out some of that stretch that you're getting in that leg. It's more about the spinal twist at this point, so if you're feeling too much tension, it's fine to bend that knee. Nice deep breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. Couple more breaths here. Nice deep breath in, full breath out. Bend that knee on your next exhale and then roll over onto your back. Straighten out that right leg onto the mat. Take an inhale, raising your arms up and overhead behind you, and press those heels away from you. Bend both knees. Place your feet on the mat. And then take that strap and place it on the ball of your left foot. Slide your hands down the strap. Let the backs of your arms rest onto the mat. Straighten your right leg out onto the mat and then straighten your left leg. Again, only raise your leg to the point where you can keep that leg straight and your toes pointing in toward you. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Continue those nice deep breaths. And now grab both straps in your left hand. I'm going to move this bolster over to the other side so it's not in the way of what I'm about to do. Right arm comes out to a T. Turn your left toes out to the left and then drop your leg over to the left. Keep that leg nice and straight. Keep those hips nice and level. And then keep your left toes pointing in toward you. Right toes pointing in toward you, keeping both legs active and engaged. Nice full deep breath in, full breath out. Continue breathing here. Nice deep breaths. Take an inhale, raising that left leg back up to center. Bend your knee in towards your chest. Release that strap and set it over to the side. Nice big hug into your chest with that knee, and then guide it over towards your left armpit. And then begin to make circles with that leg, just getting some movement into that hip. Nice full motion. And then in the other direction. And then take your left knee in your right hand, guide it over the right side of your body. That bolster or blanket is on the right side of you at this point. You can rest that leg right on top of that bolster. Left arm is out behind you. Gaze is over your left shoulder or up toward the ceiling, whatever works for your neck. Again, if having the legs straight is too much for you, just bend your knee. It releases some of that tension. Nice deep breath in, full breath out, full breath in, full breath out. Nice full inhale, filling up those lungs. Full exhale, emptying them out, releasing tension. Releasing stress. On your next exhale, bend that knee. And then roll back onto your back. Straighten out your legs. Nice big inhale, pressing your heels away from you. Arms up and overhead behind you. Nice big stretch. Exhale, bending your knees, placing your feet onto the mat. Move this bolster over to the side for now. So your feet are on the mat, arms are down by your sides. We're going to do some dynamic bridges here with breathing. So bring your heels as close to your bottom as you can, and then relax your toes. So go ahead and wiggle your toes out just a little bit, making sure that you're not gripping the mat with your toes. Arms are down by your sides. On an inhale, press into your feet, raise your hips up off the mat. Arms come all the way back behind you. Exhale, arms start coming down, rolling your back down onto the mat. Hips come down, arms come down. Inhale, press into your feet, raise your hips up, arms up, all the way back behind. Exhale, arms start coming down, back comes down, and then hips. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale. You should start to feel your back warming up here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lowering down, knees to chest. Rock from side to side. Make circles with your knees in one direction and then in another direction. And then roll over to one side. Press yourself up. And then come to tabletop. So place your hands right underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Engage your core to keep your back in a nice neutral position. And then you can begin to just make some gentle movements, make some circles. Again, movement in your hips, in your knees, over your wrists, back and forth, down towards your heels, side to side. And then find some stillness, gazes down onto the mat. On an inhale, we're going to come to cow, tailbones up, belly drops. Chest comes up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, head and neck comes up. Exhale for cat, tailbones down, back rounds, press into your hands, separating those shoulder blades, gaze is back toward your legs. Inhale for cow, tailbones up, belly drops. Exhale for cat, rounding your back, gazing back toward your legs. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale. Coming to cow. Exhale, moving into cat. And one more inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. And then come back to a nice neutral back. And extend that right leg out behind you, pressing the ball of your foot into the floor. And then press back into that heel. I'm looking for that nice stretch in your calf. And then take an inhale, raising that right leg up. Keep those hips nice and level. Keep your gaze down into the mat. And then extend your left arm out in front of you. Pinky finger toward the mat. Stretch your fingers all the way in front. Leg all the way back behind you. Nice lengthening of both limbs. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, bring your left hand down, bend your right knee, and then lift your right knee over to the side for fire hydrant pose. Kind of look like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And you're going to make big circles with your leg just to rotate out that hip, get some movement in there. Feel the burn in that muscle as you're working it. And then move it in the opposite direction. And then bring that knee down. Big toes together, knees separated. Sit back towards your heels. Press your forehead into the mat. If your forehead does not reach the mat, grab a block. Set that down on the mat so your forehead can rest on the mat. Bring your hands up, bending arms at the elbow. Bring your hands behind you. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more time. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. And then placing your hands on the mat on your next exhale, press back into tabletop. Again, legs are just hip width distance. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees directly underneath your hips. Extend the left leg out behind you, pressing the ball of your left foot into the mat and then pressing back into your left heel to get that little bit of a calf stretch. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up. Keep those hips nice and level. And then right arm is extended out in front of you, pinky side down. Lift that arm up. Extend those fingers all the way out in front of you, reaching in front as far as you can go and stretching that leg out behind you as far as you can go. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, place your right hand down, bend your left knee, raise your left leg up to the side, and then begin to make nice circles with that knee. Finding some stability on your right side by hugging in that right glute. And then make circles in the opposite direction. And then place that knee down. Big toes together, knees separated. Come back to child's pose. Forehead down. Elbows down onto the mat. Hands up and right behind your head. Getting that circulation back into your arms after being in tabletop for a long time. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more nice full inhale, filling up those lungs just a little bit more. And then a full exhale through your mouth, letting it all out, emptying out those lungs. Nice breath in, and then place your hands back onto the mat, pressing yourself back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Press into your hands, press into the balls of your feet, and come up to downward dog. Pedaling out those feet, hips up toward the ceiling, chest back toward your legs. Continue to pedal out those feet. And then we're just going to raise our right foot up just a bit toward the ceiling. You can keep that knee bent if you want, or you can straighten that leg out. Then we're just going to raise up on our left toes, down toward the heels, up on your toes, down toward the heel, toe, and heel down, and then we'll bring that right leg back down. And then we'll lift the left leg up, and you can decide if you want to keep it bent or straight. And come up on your toes, down toward your heel, up toward your toes, down toward your heel, and one more time, up on your toes, down toward your heel, press the other foot down onto the mat,
And then you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Take an inhale for a halfway lift. Back is straight to the floor. Fingertips coming down toward the floor. You can have them on your calves. And then exhale, forward fold. Nice generous bend in your knees. Let your belly rest on top of your thighs. Let your head hang. Separate your feet just a bit to allow for balance. And then grab opposite elbows with your hands and let your head just hang. So you can swing back and forth. Nod your head. Continue to breathe. Nice full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. On your next breath in, release your grip on your elbows. Place your hands down toward the floor and begin to straighten out your legs. Hips are up toward the ceiling, head is down toward the floor. Take an inhale and begin to sweep your arms up and overhead. Nice deep breath in, palms meeting. And then exhale, arms down by your sides, palms facing forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. And then look down toward the mat just for a minute and make sure that your legs are exactly hip width distance. So feel those hip bones right in the front here, not on the side, in the front. And then look down and see that your toes are right in line with your hips. And then bend your knees just a bit and lift your toes up off the mat. And then begin to shift your body left and right, just to feel the weight in your feet. And then shift forward, again keeping your toes relaxed and up off the mat as best you can. And then back towards your heels, back and forth. And then find the area where you're feeling the weight of your body in the entire area of your feet. And then stop and straighten your legs. Good. Now inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. And then grab your left wrist, bend over toward the right. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist. Exhale, bend over toward your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. And then step your right foot forward. Bend that right knee and come up on the ball of your left foot. Grab a block and set that over to the left side of your mat. So if you need to stop for a moment, go ahead and do that and then come back to this pose. Left leg is straight. You're up on the ball of your foot. Your right knee is directly over your right ankle. And then gaze forward on a focal point to try to keep your balance, and then inhale, arms up and overhead. Relax your shoulders down your back. Take a nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale, nice, full breath in. And a full breath out. And then you're going to take that left foot and step it down at an angle coming to warrior one. So if you notice your hips kind of went off to the left just a little bit, so now reposition the top of your body so it's facing front again and in warrior one. So nice full breath in here, full breath out. One more nice deep breath in here. And a nice big exhale. And then straighten that right leg. Hands come down onto your hips. Move your right hip back, left hip forward. So your hips are now square to the front where you're facing. And take an inhale to lengthen up. And an exhale, fold over that leg just to the point where your back is parallel to the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. If you want, you can bring your hands down onto your leg, down toward the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Arms up and overhead. Bend that right knee coming back to warrior one. And then come up to the ball of that left foot. And then take a big step forward and place that left foot on that block. Straighten that right leg. Pull in that right glute. So we're into a bit of a balance pose. If you're feeling stable on that right leg, you can lift that left foot up off the block and then lift that knee up. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Continue to breathe here. Continue to breathe, and then step that left foot back, coming back to crescent pose. On an exhale, place your hands down onto the mat and step that right foot back to come to plank. Shift your body forward. If you want, you can come down to half plank, lowering your lower part of your legs down onto the mat. Shift your body forward. Hug your elbows in toward your body and then slowly lower down toward the mat. Press your pelvis into the mat. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. On an inhale, press up to cobra. Relax your shoulder blades down your back. Nice full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Lower down. And then tuck your toes. Press up to tabletop and then to downward dog. Go ahead and pedal out your feet again. If you notice you're a little bit further away now than you were the first downward dog, bring your chest in toward your legs. Nice big stretch in your arms. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Take an inhale for halfway lift and an exhale for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up and overhead. Relax your shoulders down your back. Shoulder blades relax down. And then step your left foot forward. Nice big lunge here. And come up to the ball of your right foot. Grab your block and set that right next to your right foot. You can actually have both blocks on your mat if you want. Come back up to this lunge. So you're on the ball of your right foot. That right leg is nice and straight. Your left knee is right over your left ankle. Your gaze is straight ahead. Nice full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. And one more nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. And then we're going to step that right foot down and plant it at an angle coming to warrior one. So our right hips have now veered off toward the right just a little bit. So we need to reposition the front of our body in a bit of a spinal twist to face forward. So nice warrior one, nice straight right leg. And hold this pose for a couple more breaths. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Then we're going to straighten that left leg. Hands come down onto our hips. We're going to bring our right hip forward, left hip back to square our hips off to the wall in front of us. Take a nice big inhale to straighten up. And then an exhale, forward fold. Just come down to the point where your back is parallel to the floor. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Your hands can come down on the blocks or the floor or your leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take a nice deep breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Coming back to warrior one. And then come back onto the ball of that right foot. We're going to take a big step forward, placing our foot onto the block. Hug in our left hip, our left glute. Hug in your core. And then find a place where you feel balanced. And then if you want, you can raise that right knee up. Taking a deep breath in, full breath out. Nice deep breath in, full breath out. One more deep breath in, full breath out. And then step that right foot back, planting it down at an angle. Coming back to warrior one. Turn onto the ball of that foot, coming to crescent. And then place your hands down onto the mat, moving those blocks over to the side. Step your left foot back, coming to plank. And then on an inhale, shift forward. On an exhale, lower down. Untuck your toes. Press your pelvis into the mat. Take an inhale, pressing up to cobra. Take a few breaths here. And then lower down. Tuck your toes under. On your next exhale, press up to downward dog. Inhale. Pedal out your feet just a little bit. Bring your chest back toward your legs, lengthening your arms. And then come forward onto your hands and come down to tabletop. Big toes together, knees separated hip width distance. Walk your hips back toward your feet. Rest your forehead down onto the mat. Arms are extended all the way out in front of you for child's pose. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Continue your nice long breaths here. Relaxing into this pose. Finding some stillness. On your next inhale, place your hands underneath your shoulders. Come back up to tabletop. Cross your right foot behind your left and begin to come back toward a seated position. And then I want you to come forward, uncross your feet, cross your left foot behind your right, come back, and then come forward. And then come back one more time until you come to a seated position. Straighten out your legs. And then bend your knees just a bit so you can grab those blocks. Straighten out those legs again. And then wiggle your hips out onto the mat. Good. Toes are pointing toward you. Hands on the blocks. Bring your hands over to your sides just a bit. Resting your hands on the blocks so you can rest them straight onto the floor. Toes coming toward you, legs are nice and straight. Take an inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, come down. Try to keep that back as straight as you can, leaning forward with your chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over. Move those hips just a bit. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold over. You can bring those blocks. Let your arms rest on top of those blocks. You can grab your feet. You can hold on to your calves. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Move those blocks over to the side. Bend your right knee, hug it in. And then cross your right foot over your left leg. Take an inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And then an exhale, twisting towards your right. Hug your right leg with your left hand. Right hand comes right behind your body. Nice big spinal twist. Take an inhale to sit up nice and straight. And then an exhale to look over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're going to stay here for just a few more breaths on your own. On your next inhale, come all the way back to center. Uncross that foot. Let that leg go straight. Bring that right toes back towards you. And then bend that left knee. Cross the left foot over the right leg. Hug that leg in. Take an inhale to sit up nice and straight. And then an exhale, turning toward that left leg. Hug it with your right arm. Left hand comes right behind you. Nice big spinal twist. Take an inhale, lengthening up, and then an exhale, turn your chin over your left shoulder. Nice deep breath in, full breath out, full breath in, full breath out, in, out. And then begin to breathe on your own.
finding some stillness in this pose. On your next inhale, come all the way back to center. Uncross that foot and then bend both knees. So we're going to come down onto our back. Knees are bent. Arms are down by your sides. Bring your heels as close to your bottom as you can. Fingertips can actually touch your heels, bringing them that close if you'd like. And on an inhale, we're going to come all the way up, pressing into our feet, coming into bridge. Your arms can come right underneath your back, interlacing your fingers, and squeeze your shoulder blades together, bringing your shoulders together. Take an inhale to raise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Nice full breath in. And then a full breath out, moving your shoulders out from under you, arms out from under you. Begin to slowly roll back down onto your back. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then find some stillness. Take your left foot, cross your left ankle on top of your right knee, and then hug your legs in. Keep your left toes pointing in toward your left knee. Right toes engaged, pointing in toward you. Bring your right leg over to the right just a little bit. Nice deep breath in here. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Stepping your right foot onto the mat. Keep your left ankle crossed on top of your right knee. Bring your arms out to a T and then drop your legs over to the right. Gaze can be up toward the ceiling or over your left shoulder. Take an inhale, bring your legs back up to center, gazes back up toward the ceiling. Keep your ankle crossed and then drop your legs over to the left. Gaze can be over your right shoulder or up toward the ceiling. Take an inhale, bring your legs back up, uncross your ankle. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then find some stillness. Cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Right toes are toward your right knee. And then hug your legs in. Guide your left leg over to the left just a little bit. Keep your tailbone pressed down toward your mat.
Take a nice deep inhale, full exhale, stepping your left foot back down to the mat. Keep your right ankle crossed on top of your left knee. Bring your arms out to a T. Drop your legs over to the left. Gaze is over your right shoulder or up toward the ceiling. Take an inhale, bring your legs back up to center. Walk your left foot over to the left side of your mat. Drop your legs over to the right. Gaze can be up toward the ceiling or over your left shoulder. Take an inhale, bringing both legs back up to center. Uncross your ankle. Send your legs up toward the ceiling. Take a nice full deep breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Raising your arms up and back behind you. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then bend your knees in towards your chest. Nice big hug. And then let your legs go straight onto the mat. Heels are mat width distance. Arms are down by your sides, palms facing up. Separate your arms away from your body enough so that your shoulders can relax down onto the mat. And take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Beginning to scan your body from your heels all the way up your legs. Relaxing each area as you go. To your bottom, your back, your belly, your chest, your shoulders. Relax your fingertips all the way up your arms to your neck. Relax your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And soften that area in your forehead right between your eyebrows. Taking nice, gentle breaths to calm and relax your body after your yoga practice. Begin to awaken your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Taking an inhale, raising your arms up and overhead behind you, pressing your heels away from you. And a full exhale, bending your knees in towards your chest. Nice big hug. And bring your forehead up towards your knees for a compression hug. And then roll over to your right side, making a pillow for your head with your right arm. Using your left hand, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, placing your hands on your thighs and closing your eyes. Take an inhale, sweeping your arms up and overhead, palms meeting. Exhale, bring your thumbs all the way down to your heart center. Raising your chest up toward the ceiling, chin down towards your fingertips.
May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you take care of yourself with joy. May you be safe. It is with gratitude that I thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope you have a wonderful day. I wish you well, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.